In this lesson, I'm just going to share with you my strategy for keeping things organized. And one of the main reasons that I moved to and founded TubeFlow is the organization on some of these larger platforms that cost a lot more money are incredibly poor. And this simple folder within a folder structure makes things easy. Now, this is my high volume TubeFlow account. This is where I keep everything, and you can see I've divided things up into courses, summits, webinars, sales pages, and then some other miscellaneous things like testing and so forth. And then as things work, I'll move them into some of these other folders. But as I mentioned in an earlier video, I like to put a two-digit number in the front. That way I can quickly order things. Now let's say let's say I've got a lot of folders here, right? And I decide that I'm working on this miscellaneous thing and I just want it at the top just to save me time because I'm going to work on it the next few days. I can rename it. It shows up at the top. That's why I like the number. And I put a 0 in front of anything that shows up, anything that's below 10, because if you don't, then 10 shows up by the 1 and 10 show up together, 2 and 20 show up together. So I've done this for a decade now, and it's a great system, works great for me. And then I would move this thing back and say, well, okay, we're going to put this back to, I don't even remember what it was, but miscellaneous 99. And I just keep things, and then I'll punch things in where I want them, and I can renumber them later. Doesn't matter if you've got the videos embedded or anything, you can rename these folders and so forth. Now, if you look at courses, let's just go in here. You can see now I've got a bunch of I don't have any courses, just videos floating around in here. I've got them all divided by course name. So these are all the courses I've created over the years. In fact, it's not even all of them. But so you could come in, for instance, Amazon bestseller formula, and then same thing. I'll use some kind of acronym, and you can see that I've changed it over the years, but this still keeps it in order. So it's module 1, video 1, module 2, video 2, and so forth. As long as I keep it consistent and it's in the one folder, I can tell what video goes where, and if I need to add a video, I can just simply add it with this numbering structure to get it in the right place. Okay, so that's what I do there. And then also for something like that's large, like one of my flagships is the Summit Lab course on running virtual summits. I come in here, I've got the old stuff, I've got the newly created stuff I did in the fall of 2024, and I also created a folder for live coaching sessions which were recorded in Zoom as well for the people that purchased in 2024. And then you can see I've got it. I actually broke it down by module in this case. And so that's the beauty of it, keeping everything organized. And then of course, when I do webinars, I do quite a few webinars, and you can see I'll keep them listed like these last bit. I'll move them into 2024, and then only things in here will be 2025 and going forward as I record this. And you can see that for webinars, I use the date, right? So 2024, so year, month, day, and then kind of some short name for the webinar. And then I leave kind of the Zoom thing in there. That's, matter of preference, but that way I can look it up in Zoom or match it to something on my hard drive as well. So that's how I do that. And then I've got I've uploaded the placeholder video a couple times. This is another placeholder video. Now I created a quick little Tubely video, whiteboard video, animated video for my webinar registration page that kind of tells them what to do. And this was an e-webinar, and so I obviously need to probably create an e-webinars folder for that as well. So that's that. And then in sales, I've got different sales pages and things. And if you keep it, let's go back to that. Even if you keep it semi-clean, but these are kind of sitting there, it's like, oh, we probably need a master kit folder. Well, actually, that should go in there. I need to drag that in there. Let's just put that in there now, right? And then this is an interview that I use to sell pub funnels. I've got a PubFunnels checkout page video and some other things. So I need a folder. Those should actually go to PubFunnels. And this is just a quick one for the free course I gave for people that purchased the Entrepreneur Playbook. So, but I can leave those there. I've got it mostly organized, and I can, when I've got time, I come in and put a folder here and so forth. So it's very clean, and things will start to break down. And you don't need, if you're just starting out and you got 5 videos, just put them in the drive. You don't need folders. Once you start getting 10 or whatever, and then you feel like, okay, it's getting a little hard to find stuff. Now I know all my courses are here. All my summits are here. We've got a ton of summits we've done, right? So and then I created a folder. So these were all the summits we did in 2024. Here is 2023 and earlier, and there's a ton in there as well, right? So, in fact, I don't even know this is 2 years worth of stuff. Prior to that, we've got the stuff stored somewhere, but this is mostly the most last 2 years since I've been using ToobFlow. And that's it in a nutshell. That's how I organize it. You might do it completely different, but it makes it easy, especially the drag and drop, right? Let's go back to that sales one. The fact that I don't even have to touch my keyboard and I can move this stuff around. Really important to keeping things organized, very easy to organize inside of ToobFlow. So keep up the good work.